Melbourne, Florida. Just checking in with you folks on this beautiful Sunday that I would say is Sunday reset. That's what I'm calling it. Let me know. Let me know in the comments if you take Sunday as a reset, your end of the week or your beginning of the week. I don't take it as my end of the week. I take Sunday as my beginning of the next week. That's where I plan my meals, my workouts, what I have going for the week. I'm going to plan Monday, and then I'm also going to plan further out to the week, then 2 weeks, and for the month, even on that Sunday. So I take Sunday as a reset for going into the next week. And we're forgetting any negative from last week. We're not taking that forward with us this week. So I talked in a video earlier today. I did a short that was, listen, I know in the shorts feed, people are jumping in and out of this live broadcast. So if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. It's all good contents, all motivational, self-improvement, personal growth, how we can be better every day in every way by different philosophies, thinking, and actions, which is going to change our results. It's really not about motivation, right? It's discipline and transformation. Really, that's the key. I'm getting ready to go down to the store, get some new supplies, putting on some weight finally because I have been eating healthy fats with avocado, having my bananas that I use in my shakes. I got to go down there and get some more creatine. I think creatine is really helping me gain weight. I know a lot of times creatine will cause you to retain some water, and that is part of your weight gain. But it also puts liquid, or it puts water in the muscles, and it Anyways, on to the protein. I've been using Jocko Willink protein. What kind of protein do you use? Let me know in the comments. I want to know what you've been using. Another reason I like to use Sunday as my reset is because, I served at the church today, Coastline Community Church, and that's really bolsters me in my walk with the Lord through the week. Not that this is the only day. I don't just check the box today, so I'm done for the week. No, I'm in the Word every morning, right? Matthew 6:33. Right? Seek first the kingdom and all will be added. And the pastor was kind of making reference today that, seeking God first, making that a priority, that relationship with God first, right? The vertical, if you have that in line, then the horizontal will take care of itself in life. All other things in life, we're going to have to trust in God, and those things hopefully will be taken care of it. And hopefully and prayerfully, they will be taken care of. But if we take care of the vertical, then we don't have to worry about the horizontal. That's what he was referencing today. So Sunday, hey, Tom, thanks for checking in. Tim, thanks for checking in. Patty, good to see you on board here. And listen, Sunday, I'm taking as a reset day for the week. It's not the end of my week. It's the beginning of next week. It's day one. Starts right now on this Sunday. That's with exercise, motivation, journaling, goals, reviewing goals for the next week, going into next week with intention. But anyways, I started the week already serving the church this morning, but that's not the only day that I'm in the Word. I've been in the Word every day for about 5 years now. Hey, thank you, Stephen. Good to see you. Thanks for checking in. Lucy, hands off to you. I was just talking about starting my week on Sunday. This is not the end of my week. I take it as day one of the next week. Served at the church today, Coastline Community Church right here in Indian Harbor Beach, Florida. It's a Bible-based church, right? In the Word only, in the Bible. I've been going there for 5 years now, and I do weekly. I try every day to be in the Word in the morning, right? First fruits, first time, first minutes. Now, I'm not a pastor or a preacher, and I don't go around preaching. For a couple different reasons. Because I know where I was when I wasn't ready to hear about it, and I know other people aren't open to hear about it, but I do like to go into life joyfully, and then if somebody asks me what I believe and why I believe that, then I am in a position right now, I think I've studied enough that I can really relate that and start a conversation that way, and you can kind of get a feel from other people whether they want to continue in that conversation. But some people will always ask you, why are you so joyful? What the hell are you so happy about? And maybe I shouldn't say, what the hell are you so happy about? And then that's really an opening, right? That's kind of an opening to a conversation about, hey, listen, you know, I love God and I've accepted Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior. What do you think happens when we die? And now you've opened with another question back at them, and you're going to know by their response if they're open to really continuing in that path of conversation. If not, so be it. You know, that's all right. So, hey, thanks for checking in. All right, good to see everybody checking in here. It's Sunday, resetting the week. I'm telling you. I did another short today, right? Hey, most people quit here. Most people quit 3 feet from the goal. Most people quit when it gets tough, when they get discouraged, when there's big obstacles, big problems. Don't quit there. Keep going. Discipline, perseverance. I know, maybe you're going through some tough times. I've been going through some tough times, and I'll tell you what, in that tunnel, in that darkness, even though people are telling you you're going to get through it, keep doing what you're doing, keep focusing on your workouts, do your podcast. When you're in it, when you're in that darkness, it's hard to get a vision. You have to imagine the light, but you are going through something. And what does that mean when you're going through? That means you were here, you got into something came upon you, and you're going to get through it. Keep moving. That's how we go through. The way out is through. And that's no bullshit, even though my last winter was 7 months. Mid-May, all the way into this December. I'm in dead of winter. It's a harsh winter. But I knew, of course, that spring follows winter every single damn time. That kept me going. Even though people were encouraging me, I had family, friends, associates pushing me, telling me, listen, we have to do our own journey. We got to go forward ourselves. It's good to have the lifelines. It's good. That's why the most important thing in life is deep, connected relationships. I did a podcast episode yesterday, and it was all about the Harvard study that's been going on for 85 years. Still going on today. Matter of fact, the fourth director of that study at Harvard, he's number 4 because the other 3 have passed away. They've died, and it continues on. And they started this study in 1938. The study was focused on happiness, wellness, and longevity. What makes us happy? What makes us so damn happy? And they wanted to look into that and study it. And they started in 1938 with a group of students, sophomores in Harvard that were well-to-do, privileged, of affluence, influence. Kennedy was one of them. There was another study going on with people not so well off, from the other side of the tracks, poor, not so well-to-do, and they combined those into the same study, and they found out this one was not any more happy than this group. They weren't any less happy, but they weren't more happy. So they knew that was a key to them, that it wasn't the money, and it wasn't the position or the privilege or the upbringing that was making people happy or unhappy. They knew it was something else. And as they went on year after year, they discovered the secret to happiness, which was a deep, connected relationship with other people. It was about relationships with other people. And people that had the best connected, deep relationships at the end of their life did not look back with regret. Now, money did play a part in happiness to a certain point. People's happiness did increase as their money went up, when they earned more money, but only to a certain level. Now, this is back in the 50s when they discovered, okay, that number at that time was maybe 75,000. Then above that, maybe happiness increased, maybe a little bit, but it didn't have a big impact as it did from poverty to a certain level. It played a bigger role. But after a while, when you reach a certain level, that's really not a key to people's happiness. And I was happy to be reminded of this study. There's actually a book on it. I have the book. And now I'm getting back into it. If you know Arthur Brooks, who's really a professor who has a class on happiness at Harvard, and he talks about the study and all sorts of things relating to happiness and longevity all the time. And relationships is just the bottom line. And so once we have certain needs met. You know, we have our food, shelter, you know, we're making a living. And then when it comes right down to it, it's relationships that makes the difference. Now, the exciting part of that is we can always improve our relationships. Now, it didn't matter in this study. They found it didn't matter the quantity. You don't have to have more and more positive relationships. I got to get more friends. I got to get some more. You just needed a couple close, deep, connected relationships. And that was a key to happiness. That's pretty easy to do, right? We can do that very easily. But I know a lot of us, including myself, sometimes we're more intent on getting more, making more money, getting ahead, instead of deepening our relationships or starting new relationships. And what if we focus more on just being more connected with people? What I've started doing, and I'll do it with you. I'll do it with you. Hey, thank you. David, good to see you, my brother. You gotcha, my brother. Yeah, what I've been doing is I've been sending video messages, 1 or 2 every day. I will pick 1 to 2 people, and I send a personal video message. Hey, Tom, man, I was thinking about you. And hey, remembering when we worked together in 1989, and I'll tell you, it was one of the best times that I ever had was working side by side with you. Tom, just hope you're doing well. Hi and love to the family. Boom, end it. But a video message, which is not a text, you know, and we deal in images, takes 2 seconds, hit send on the video, and then people see your live face, and they know it's not a group text, they know it's not a thread, and they know it's specific to them, and they can actually see your eyes when you're saying, Tom, I was just thinking about you today. Hope everything is well. Can you imagine if you got that message from somebody, right? And so I've been doing that 1 to 2 times every day. And every day I pick 1 to 2 people, and then I go down my current list of connections, contacts, connections, and I think I've gotten some great response from those. I don't have a lot of people sending me video messages back. I know a lot of people just don't like to do that, but I think it's a step up from a text, an email, you know, even a phone call, to send that video message. And it's so easy to do now with the iPhone. Just hit video, your camera, and just record it and send it. Hey, Tina was just thinking about you, and the reason I was because I had a memory of you and I doing this and that and the other, and you know, I wanted to say hi and hope everything's going all right with you. Isn't that a great thing to do? If you haven't already tried it, try it, and hey, do it with me. Send me a video message tonight or tomorrow. I'll be waiting for it. Getting ready to go down to the store, get some provisions for tonight, but I want to check in with you. Oh, I got to, we go to heaven, I'd say. I wonder if that's a church, right? Is that heaven, I'd say, Lucy? That's a great name for a church. Where do you go to church? Heaven, I'd say. Well, that's the place I think I should go. David, thank you for checking in, my brother. All right, who else we got here? Seven Storm, love you. Thanks for checking in. Yes. Oh, man, hey, thanks for subscribing. All right, we gained a couple subscribers. Always good. I'm going down to the store. Maybe I'll take you with me. It's not safe. It's not legal. It's not the proper thing to do. Now, I had a fire in the neighborhood. A fire in the neighborhood because I went outside and I smelled smoke terribly. And I looked up in Twitter and I saw Melbourne had a fire. Now, you can't see it. Yeah, that was the air conditioner. I got the air conditioner on because inside it's 76. So today I got up to 81 degrees. And now we got a cold front coming in for next week, and it is already down to 72. Right, we're suffering with 72-degree weather here, but we're going to, let's get down to the store. Maybe we'll check out the smoke, see how it's going. All right, I'm not at the beach house anymore. I'm in Melbourne, which is 8 miles in from the beach. But it is a great little city, I got to tell you that much. It is a great town. And I still work out at South Beach Fitness, but now I also work out at Crunch, and I have their shirt on. They gave me a shirt. Isn't that nice of them? They gave me a shirt at Crunch. But I still go to my South Beach Fitness. Now, South Beach Fitness, oh man, the owner, Lisa, I just found out she passed away in November. I knew she was suffering from some type of cancer. I really thought she was recovering from that cancer. And, you know, I saw her husband in the gym all the time, and I didn't ask him about her at all recently. I was used to seeing her in the gym, and I actually friended her on Facebook just a few months ago. We had a couple message interactions, and every time I saw her in the gym, just always positive, upbeat, energetic, happy. And I want to think she's probably 55 to 60, no older than that. There's no way. And she looked excellent physical condition. She's obviously worked out all the time. You know, she had the gym. And so to hear that she passed away, and I, you know, like I said, I see her husband in the gym, and this guy, strong guy, and he has a big heart. He's not cold-hearted. He's big-hearted because he's also a painter. And so strong, powerlifting guy, trainer. He trains a lot of people, a good relationship. Always a positive word for me, always an encouraging word for me. And here he was at times encouraging me, and yet here he was going through what he was going through with his wife dying of cancer. And just, I had to send him a message today. Hey, listen, condolences. I'm sorry I just found out. I know Lisa passed in November, but then I would have said something sooner, but I just found out. And boy, I told him what a courageous warrior he is to be going through this. And man, he is. And I have to say that he is not denying reality of what's going on, because he's not the type to be. He's not cold and disconnected at all. I'm telling you, this guy he's tough as nails, but he's got a big heart. And it's evident by what he says and does, and also, you know, he's a painter. Some of his paintings, beautiful paintings, you know, of the ocean and fish in the ocean, really, and they're hanging in the gym. And so, you know, God, this guy, I was talking on a podcast the other day, you never know what someone's going through. You know, I always reference Stephen Covey, if you've ever read the book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, which is a great book. And he talked about a guy on a train in New York City, and his 2 kids were running around yelling and screaming, and there was a guy giving the guy a look like, you know, your kids are wild and out of control. And the guy said, oh, I know, excuse me, I know, I can tell. Yeah, my kids are out of control today. I really, you know what, their mom passed away this morning. I don't think they really know how to handle it. Oh, and the guy was thinking to himself, wow, maybe it was even Stephen Covey. He's, you know, I don't even know. You never know what someone's going through. But, oh, there was the police. I didn't want them to see me live streaming in a vehicle moving. So I put you down below. I'm undercover, everybody. And so you never know what anybody else is going through. And so, you know, we have to kind of meet people where they're at, knowing that they might be going through something very tough. So our joyful nature, as in my case, usually, it's not that smoky here anymore. I think they must have got rid of it. So our joyful nature might not be, you know, and I've learned through the years now, you know, to not be so concerned with people's reaction or response to my joyfulness. Because, as I've learned, you never know what somebody's going through. It could be a tough time. My joyfulness might be received well, right? It might make their day. But it also might be repelled because they're in such a, you know, negative state. You know, they're in a sad state of affairs, or they're grieving something. And so we have to keep that in mind. I know I have to remind myself on a constant basis, remember, we don't know what somebody else is going through. And keep that in mind as we greet people along our day. I'm right next to where I'm living right now in Melbourne. I'm right near Eastern Florida State University. And that's their tennis thing over there. And there's the university, and that's where they have the King Center. And they have a lot of great shows and acts there at the King Center. Kevin James will be there on the 18th. I might go see Kevin James. You guys all know I was a stand-up comedian for 30 years. I actually saw Kevin James in a sushi restaurant last week. I'm thinking, that's Kevin James. And he was sitting in the booth next to me, and then when I listened to him talking about producers in California, yep, that's Kevin James. And then I realized, oh, he's performing at the King Center right here on the 18th. So I'll have to go see him because it's like a mile away from where I'm staying. I love the venue. The venue has about 800 seats, just large enough that they get some good acts there, and just small enough so that there's not a bad seat in the house. Let's make a right on red and try not to hit anybody. All right, we didn't hit anybody. I'm heading to Publix. That's one of the big Publix is right over there. That's one kind of the big chain of grocery stores here in Florida, Publix. And then the other one is, it escapes my mind, but they're getting more and more. Now in Vieira, not too far from here, they have a Trader Joe's and they have a Whole Foods, and then right down the street is a Sprouts, which is kind of cool. All right, so we're gonna get some dinner for this evening. Maybe I'll do another cooking video. Thanks everybody for watching my how to cook bacon in the oven video. I just thought I'd turn the camera on as I did bacon in the oven. I did it on top of the stove the time before, and I had such splatter. I looked up online, I go, I wonder if people cook bacon in the oven. And then I see everybody cooks it in the oven, or a lot of people do. So I just turned the camera on and made a video. Got some good likes there. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, everybody. This is the Cliff Yates channel. I have the Cliff Yates Show podcast, and we're growing a community of progress here, and I think you'll like the content. Give it a try by, what are you going to do? Subscribe, hit that bell button, and you'll be part of the community. It's all about relationships, and we can make that you and me. You're going to have wellness, you're going to have longevity, you might even have wealth if you stick around. All right, everybody, I'm Cliff Yates. Thanks for checking in. We were live right here from Melbourne, Florida. I got to go into the store, do my business. All right, you know what to do. I'll see you in the next video.